I remember the day Matt was born. He was an incredibly long baby, and he had this enormous head of black hair. Very inquisitive. He asked a lot of questions. He had a fascination with the American flag.
As he grew older, was he very political?
Matt was not into politics at all. He had strong conservative beliefs, but at the same time, Matt was a Bernie Sanders supporter for a while there. But when Donald Trump came on the scene, and I think it was that first debate with Hillary Clinton that sold Matt. This is not a politician, this is a businessman, and this country needs a businessman.
Why did Matt go to D.C. on January 6th?
Matt believed in his heart that it was going to be a celebration. He didn't go there with any intention of protesting or rioting. He thought he was going there to hear an announcement that the election was not certified.
How did he get into the Capitol?
Matt was in a crowd. People were pushing from all sides, and the crowd was moving closer and closer to the building. And as he got up there, he was in an open doorway, and he walked in.
And how long was he in the Capitol?
I believe it was 14 minutes. He never left the velvet ropes. He stayed within the rotunda.
He was peaceful.
Extremely. He didn't touch anything.
And then 14 minutes later, he was out.
He was out. Within that week, I saw a Facebook post that said there were people from January 6th whose pictures were on the FBI website. And there's my nephew's picture. My heart sank. It just sank.
What was Matt Perna charged with?
Originally, he was charged with the misdemeanors of parading, disorderly conduct.
What, shouting and...
He didn't have any altercations with any police officers, so I've always assumed it was just the chanting of the USA.
I'm assuming he didn't have a criminal record.
No, he never had a parking ticket.
Those who conspired with others to obstruct the vote count also face greater charges. The
DOJ slapped the felony charge of obstruction of an official proceeding. There's no way he obstructed it because they evacuated the building at 2:15, and there was videotape of Matt still outside at 2:57. So he wasn't even in the building while they were in session.
Now, what was the psychological effect of this added felony charge?
Suddenly he was this center of attention in a bad way.
These nasty, racist, bigoted insurrectionists.
A bunch of thugs, insurrectionists, white supremacists, anti-Semites.
These bastards.
Traitors.
His attorney told him the quickest way for this to be over was to plead guilty. So he pled guilty, and his attorney told him that he was looking at 6 to 12 months in a federal prison camp. And he called me and he said, "Aunt Jerry, I am going to turn this into a positive." He said, "I'm going to use my degree and I'm going to help others get their GEDs." They scheduled his hearing for his sentencing, and his attorney says they're looking to add an enhancement of terrorism at the sentencing hearing. Matt called me on the phone. He was sobbing uncontrollably. And he apologized to me for me losing all my friends because of him. And I said, "Matt, they weren't my friends." I said, "I love you, and we're going to get through this." He said, "They're going to put me in jail for a long time." I said, "Matt, they're not going to put you in jail." I was arguing with him. I said, "Let's just see what's going to happen here." He said, "I love you, Aunt Jerry." Friday late afternoon, I got a phone call from one of my brothers, and he said Matt hanged himself in his garage. I will never, ever forget that moment. Ever. I came across the prosecutor's name and phone number in Matt's files. I said, "I have one question for you." I said, "Where on earth did you come up with this terrorism enhancement?" He says, "Well, let me just say, if Matthew could have just waited another month for the hearing, I don't think the terrorism enhancement would have stuck." And I said, "Don't you understand? It was the threat of the enhancement that actually killed him. You, in effect, pushed him off the ladder. I hope that you remember Matt's name and the role you played in killing him."